title here. So you're going to see that I'm selecting that we're going on Slam Jam. We're going on Slam Jam. And the other one doesn't really work that well. So we'll go on to Xstreamed. So there you go. You just saw a glimpse behind. Oh, it says it needs a
behind the scenes.
Yeah, so put the same title. Save changes. This is taking far too long
already.
Right. Oh, unbelievable. Like
You're
amateur.
live now.
I'm an amateur. What was that? Right, we are now live. Hello and welcome to the Slam Jam wrestling show. We came up with because like okay, so there's only 2 of the 4 horsemen here today, but we are the well, that's a 5. We need a 5th. We need a 5th horseman, because that is a 5 in Roman numerals.
That's a 5, actually. Yeah, you're right.
So we have Gav, Dev, Dave, David, and now we need a 5th horseman, someone whose 3rd letter of their name is a V.
So come on, people, even in the comments.
Yeah, just it's like someone. Now we are still on the road to WrestleMania. We have just had AEW Dynasty, which I've seen highlights of. I didn't go all in on the pay-per-view, and the online reaction to it wasn't great. Mox is turning more and more into Hogan, where he just is like he came in as the big name, and now he's just keeping the title forever, literally in a briefcase. So like the fans don't even get to see it. Swerve Strickland failed to win. He then made headlines for a different reason. We spoke about it briefly last week, that him and Booker T were perhaps getting into some sort of things, and then he dropped, he was like, F Booker T, makes him very happy apparently. Then did you see that they were chanting like F Swerve on NXT and stuff like this?
Oh really? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
no.
So that's what the fans were chanting, and Booker, now he may have just been on commentary, but he was smiling and stuff like this. So I'm sure he was just enjoying this, I mean, someone like Booker T, he's a commentator, he has his podcast, and then because I saw a clip from his podcast where he said that he woke up and he saw that he was trending. He must be like, what have I done?
Yeah, exactly.
So but yeah, it's interesting times. The biggest news and the most exciting thing though is, did you see Raw?
I saw Raw, yeah.
El Grande Americano is finally, he's worked so hard to get a match at WrestleMania. It's actually happening against Rey Mysterio. That's going to be a great match.
It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good match.
Yeah. Might even steal the show.
It could do. Yeah. Like, it's not an impossibility. I hadn't thought about that. But, yeah, like, Chad, if we can reveal his real name, and Ray, there's no reason why they can't. But the card is taking shape. I'll bring up the card for us to go over. I've realised we've skipped over introductions and everything. Gav, say hello to the people.
You all know me. Hello, people.
There you
and
go.
The crowd goes mild. But
yes, and I am David. Oh, we spoke about the V's and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah.
Okay, so the official lineup for WrestleMania currently, we now have 9 confirmed matches. Let's bring it on the screen here. Why did I look up Penta recently? Isn't that
Are you sure it's 9? I thought it was 10.
Oh, what's the 10th match? Oh, it could be actually.
What have we got there?
Oh, hang on. There was a graphic sent, wasn't there?
Yeah, I sent a graphic.
Let's put it. Did I save that? Well, I didn't. Oh, I did.
I'll tell you what. Oh, you've got it?
Yeah.
I can resend it.
I can't easily bring it up unless it's just on our...
Oh, right. Okay.
But so according to the graphic, what one is missing?
I think it is Ray's there. We've got Jaden.
Oh, it might be El Grande. Oh, no. El Grande. Braun, that's there. Jade and Naomi, that's there. Liv and versus Gauntlet match. Oh wow! Do you know what? I hadn't even paid attention to that match. So.
Oh, I didn't even know that one.
No, actually, what is this? Liv and Raquel versus Gauntlet match. So who else is in that? Oh, versus Gauntlet match winners.
Right. Okay.
Okay. That isn't even on my list here.
Tell you what, Seth, Roman, and
Punk
are not on there, are they?
That's crazy.
So
Oh, they're listed up here.
oh, at the top. Right.
Oh,
Okay.
so they're listed, and then these are to be confirmed. So they've got 11 matches, which then
Okay.
would include Liv and Raquel versus whoever wins the gauntlet. When's the gauntlet? Is it going to be this?
I think it's
Friday?
SmackDown. Is it? Or I
Yeah.
think it's on SmackDown. Because Bailey and what's her name? Woo! Woo! What's the Intercontinental Champion name?
I can't
Forgot
remember,
the
to be
name now.
honest. Yeah,
Name's just gone right out of my head.
yeah, I can't remember who
Not
is
even
the
now.
champion.
Oh, I forgot the name. It's gone right out of my head.
Yeah. Okay, so then we have yeah, Logan and AJ, LA and Fatu, Io, Bianca and Rhea. Finally on this Wikipedia page, they've updated it to be a triple threat match.
Yeah.
Okay, Gunther and Jay. Well, so Gunther and Jay, even if they won't have updated it, but that has to be on night one.
Lyra, that's her name. Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, of
But
course,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Gunther and Jay has to be night one, just because
Yeah.
they're not going to put both world title matches on the same show.
I think that'll probably open the show. I think.
Yeah, I think there's a strong possibility of that. Like, I just want it to be like a 5-second, like Daniel Bryan,
Really?
Sheamus. Yeah, like Gunther should just destroy him. I don't want Jay to win.
You know, I think it's changing because of Raw.
Yeah.
Like, I could have gone with that beforehand, but I think because of Raw,
Yeah.
what happened on Raw, it's now more compelling.
Well, yeah,
So now,
like they've kind of fixed it over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because they made, like we were saying last week, they've made it personal.
yeah, exactly. So I think it's got to go a little bit,
Yeah.
but I think Jay's going to have to win it, really.
Yeah. There is a... All of these wrestlers that get these catchphrases, so like yeet.
Yeah.
It's like the audience are just... It kind of kills promos, though, when as soon as there's a
Yeah.
pause, they don't say what. They're just going to yeet or something like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, oh, is it dodgy to have this... To push this
Yeah.
guy to the moon where it's just going to kill every promo segment?
Because that's the thing. Even if you notice, even on Raw, Jay was kind of like, calm it down, crowd.
Yeah. He can't control that. They just...
Yeah.
This is my theory, though, Gav.
Yeah.
They don't care that much about Jay. They just like to have audience participation.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
so he says yeet, so they say yeet. And that's it. It's like, oh, it's the Yeet guy, yeet. You know, Ric Flair's in the ring. Woo! You know, they'll just do it with delete.
You have to be careful. Yeah. You have to be careful, though. Because, like, you want that WrestleMania moment where everyone's yeeting as well. So, you can't really kill it off.
I do think, though, if Jay becomes world champion, it won't be the biggest disaster in the world.
Yeah.
But, like, so here's an interesting thing. Like, is McIntyre genuinely injured? Because I saw a photo of him
I'm not sure.
where he was, like, getting his eye checked or something.
I heard that it wasn't glass. So it was just a bit of something. It was debris or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually glass. It was probably the plastic bit.
Oh, okay. But either way, like, where is Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest? Which, to be honest, I wasn't super excited about. But that hasn't been announced.
That's a good point.
Like, how gutted would Damian Priest be?
I think that is a match, though.
But yeah, it's not on the lineup.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll get there, like, within the next week. There's quite a few people that don't have matches at WrestleMania this year currently.
And the thing is, now that KO is out, who's Orton going to go up? Is he going to be up against Nick Aldis?
Do you think so?
Or, I've got a better one.
Yeah.
KO's son.
Who is KO's, what, Genuine his son?
No, I'm playing.
Okay, like, no, but is his son...
His son, though? His son is like...
Okay, let's look this up. Okay, Kevin Owens' son. Wait, what? Oh, no. Let's see. Whoa, that's crazy. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, I'd forgotten this. Right, so that's his son?
Yeah.
That's insane. I vaguely remember this.
Yeah.
So Kevin Owens is going to be like, oh, I've got this kid. And he turns into that. Who's that? Oh my god. Oh my god. If that's the height of him.
Far off.
Yeah.
He's not far off, is he?
Not far off. Not far off at all.
And he's still growing as well, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder if the daughter's going to get massive as well.
You never know.
Wow. Yeah, well, to be honest, yeah, I don't think he looks ready.
No,
I
he's too
wouldn't
young.
put, I'm not trying to insult him, but I don't think he looks like he should be like the deputy manager in PC World rather than that he's going to step into a WrestleMania match with Randy Orton just yet.
I just hope KO like makes a speedy recovery, really, as well.
Yeah, do you know that's
Mm.
that was a surprising thing. So I
Mm.
didn't know that he was like working injured or whatever. But if they've said that it's serious enough that he's had to step away, there was all that controversy where, and do you know what? Like I said on Twitter, I was like, well, you know, he shouldn't have got riled by a fan. My God,
Yeah.
did the internet turn on me for that game? I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, well, you know, it's like, you know, what can you expect? He's literally
Yeah.
been pile driving people, and then they carried
Exactly.
out on stretchers. So
Yeah.
then he stands there and says, "Well, my neck, you know, my neck's bad. I'm going to be out a while."
Exactly.
A fan in the audience, and like the wrestling internet community, like I saw Rob Van Dam's put some comment like a day ago saying
Yeah.
the worst part about the wrestling is that some of the fans are idiots.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
And the funny thing is like, who's the idiot? Is the idiot the one that is invested in the character and is like, Orton, you just attacked Cody and Sammy, so now I still don't like you? Or is the idiot the one that doesn't get that they spend all year trying to make us believe it's real?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Because like the thing is, you've got to realise like some parts of it. It wasn't. It was kind of hard to distinguish whether it was a work or shoot at the beginning.
Yeah.
But obviously we read things and whatnot as well.
Well, yeah.
So we're kind of screwed up. But most of the fans don't know.
Yeah, if you're literally just there in the audience on SmackDown,
yeah,
and
exactly.
they suddenly say, "Oh, and out comes Kevin Owens," and he's like sad. Like again, if he'd got like the pastel jacket on, like the Mark Henry, AJ Styles kind of thing, everyone would have been like, "Oh, this is a work. This is part of it." You know, and also
plus he had the Bret Hart jacket as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, is he going to screw someone over here, kind of thing?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It turned out obviously it's real. So,
but I think what's going to happen is I think on Friday there's going to be a thing where Nick Aldis comes out and he's going to get face to face with Orton, but then Nick Aldis is just going to say, "I'm going to select someone for you to wrestle."
Yeah,
I don't think Nick Aldis is going to get a WrestleMania match out of this.
It would be good if he did. I think just for him.
Like, obviously, it's a bad circumstances if it was meant to be Kevin Owens' match.
Yeah.
And suddenly he just gets this this good fortune out of it that now he suddenly gets to be an in-ring performer and wrestle at WrestleMania. But at the same time, there's going to be like Solo Sikoa. Like, is Sami Zayn injured?
I'm not sure what's happening with Sami.
Like, they could probably find a way to make that work. All they'd need to have is that Sami Zayn comes out and you know, he just needs to give a speech saying, "I didn't realise Kevin was injured." You know, they can't say, "Oh, his head's been in the wrong place because of the injury," because he didn't know.
Right.
But if they find some way, they could instantly just have him and Sami Zayn now wrestling for him. Go on.
Or we could go a completely different way.
Yeah.
We know Aleister Black's coming back.
I don't like Aleister Black.
I'm not the biggest fan, but it might be a good way to introduce him.
Yeah. I mean,
like someone big on the stage.
So that's what I mean. So Nick Aldis could be like, you'll have a mystery surprise opponent.
Yeah.
But then one of the problems with that is Orton hasn't won a pay-per-view match since his return. And so then if they have Malachi suddenly return and then lose, so if either Orton loses or Malachi loses, and like Aleister Black looks like a fool.
I'm not sure if Orton really, because Orton is already up there, so no losses is going to really hurt him.
But at a certain point, Cav,
yeah, like, it's true.
You can't like, you know. So say Aleister Black comes back, and he's like, "Oh, his return match, he beat Randy Orton." It's like, and everyone beat Randy Orton.
Yeah, true.
You know,
that's true.
But I don't know. Like, I don't know what they're going to do with Aleister Black, because when he was in WWE, when he was on the main roster, he, you know, to me he was nothing really of interest.
Yeah.
in AEW, like the weird thing is like the House of Black angle went on for a long time, and like
Yeah.
my biggest memories of it was that like Julia Hart became quite cool.
Right. Yeah.
But like actual, and then he had that one moment where he was in the ring with CM Punk, and they both sat cross-legged.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cool. He had a good match
Yeah.
with Cody, but I'm not really excited for his return.
I'm not really like the biggest fan either, but it's kind of like put him in a match with Karrion Cross. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I don't, well, but like so, Aleister Black he'd come back and he'd probably get a face reaction, unless they
Yeah.
have him absolutely come in as a heel.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're in a weird position where very soon it's going to be that 2025 WWE is just 2020 AEW.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Which,
it's true.
the funny thing is 2020 AEW was 2018 WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. We're going round
Oh,
the swings.
and again, hey, it could also be Rusev Day.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
if Rusev came back, Orton could be Rusev, and I think Rusev wouldn't be much the worse for it.
No,
Because I think he was a lot more established than Aleister Black was.
I think so, definitely.
Yeah, it
Definitely.
could be Rusev Day.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good shout there. Oh, hang on,
Mm.
Assad is here.
Hey.
I don't know how long he's been here. I just noticed. Assad's OMG, Assad sir, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Hello, David, sir, and hello, Gavin, sir. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Good.
It's good to hear your voice. It's been a while.
Yeah, exactly. Missed you.
Yay! So happy to be here. So happy to be here. So I'll be off camera, obviously, but I'm gonna be joining for whatever else you guys need me for.
Okay, fantastic. Assad, what are your thoughts going into as we approach just so soon to WrestleMania? Like 11 days, 10 days to WrestleMania?
Yeah, it's I think it is next week, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
so
really
next week.
excited. Yeah, I'm really excited for WrestleMania, and I can't wait to watch all 31 hours of it. It's gonna be great.
Okay, we were just to catch you up. We were just saying about the Randy Orton, Kevin Owens situation. Owens is out. Who do you think Randy Orton's opponent is going to be at Mania?
Randy Orton is going to be on the pre-show, and he's going to win the Andre Royal Rumble.
Then I hope they don't do an Andre Royal Rumble anymore.
No.
They just
Let's hope not.
What? They don't do that anymore?
do they?
No.
When did they do?
Oh,
that last year?
actually.
Who won that before?
Bobby Lashley won it.
I think I remember Cesaro winning it. That's about it.
Cesaro won it the first time.
That was the first, yeah.
Who else
Yeah,
won
that
it? Didn't Matt
says a lot
Hardy?
about how important the whole Andre Rumble is.
I remember Bobby Lashley winning it on
Big Show
SmackDown.
won
And
it.
then,
Oh my god, was it on SmackDown? That's
It
what
was
they've
on
done with it
SmackDown.
recently.
yeah.
Okay. So let's have a look here.
I'm
So
not too sure if I remember who won it. If it
they
was even
did
on.
do it last year. Okay, without looking it up,
Yeah.
do either of you have any recollection of who won it last year?
I can't remember who won it at all.
If it was on SmackDown, I probably just didn't see it, and that's why.
Was it the big guy?
No, not the biggest guy.
See, I can't remember it. It's that memorable.
Wow, like the winners
Was
of
it
this.
Carmelo Hayes?
Okay, hang on. So I will go through the winners year by year. So the first one was 2014. That's crazy. Was Cesaro. The second one was The Big Show. Third one was Baron Corbin. I'd forgotten that. It gets worse. Mojo Rawley won it in 2017. Matt Hardy won it in 2018. That's when he was on his
What?
delete thing.
Yeah.
Braun
Wow.
Strowman won it. It's like, oh, well, it's the Andre thing.
Yeah.
Then 2021.
So that
Jey
year,
Uso
Braun
won it.
Strowman won. So that year, Braun Strowman won the Andre Rumble and the Greatest Royal Rumble as well.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree with that as well.
Sorry, who won it in 21? Who won it in 21, David?
I think
Sorry?
Assad's mascot is like maybe with him at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, so Jey Uso won it in 2021. I just
Oh, right,
about
okay.
remember that. Madcap Moss won it in 2022.
Oh, right, yeah.
What on earth? Then Lashley won it in 2023.
Wow.
Bronson Reed won it last year.
Bronson Reed, that's it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that Jay Uso won both the Andre Rumble and the Real Rumble.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Wow. I like. Isn't Madcap Moss retired now?
I'm not sure.
Or is he still there?
He's retired.
I don't
I
know.
I'm
think
Like,
so
he's not
glad
in
I
the.
missed his entire career.
yeah, like I don't have a clue what he's doing. No, he's in the independent. So he was released in 2023. I was going to say.
Yeah, him and Emma.
Oh
They
my
not too
gosh,
long
yeah.
had a little one as well.
Yeah.
So
Independent
I
circuit.
think, Jay Uso is the only person who has won the Andre Rumble and the Real Rumble as well.
Yeah.
Everybody else has not. Is that correct?
Just about,
Well,
because it depends if you count Braun as winning.
I was going to say, yeah, Braun. Maybe.
Well, not really. The Real Rumble, the Real Royal Rumble is the one that takes you to WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and not to Saudi.
Yeah. Well, no, then otherwise. But I think there's a good chance in the future. Let's think. Could anyone else here do it? No.
I don't think
Like,
so.
Bronson Reed isn't going to. Lashley's now in AEW.
Yeah.
No one else is going to.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't remember Bronson Reed winning. I vaguely he probably just stood there and did the pose.
Yeah,
He
he's
probably
done that,
showed
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I think that's the thing that you have to do anyway.
Yeah.
So
You know, like,
circling back to the conversation, I think it makes the most sense to put Randy Orton on the pre-show, have him win the Andre Rumble, and then kick the head off the trophy.
So, you know what? That's okay. You kind of saved it there, Assad, because I was about
Yeah.
to say you can't be serious, right? But yeah, kick the head off the trophy, and then he could demand that he actually wants a WrestleMania match. Do you think there's a chance he'll end up against Nick Aldis?
If that happens, I think it's going to be great, because then I'm sure there will be no fines involved, which is great. You know, you can give him RKO after RKO, and he still won't have to pay a dime. So I think that's going to be great.
Yeah. Now, but the only thing is Aldis? You know, I've seen like some photos like a year ago where he was like always just in case, and he's like training or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between training in the gym and actually being able to go.
I'm sure he still puts in work in the ring.
Well, maybe.
I think Randy Orton versus Rusev could be a good match.
Mm.
Rusev, yeah, that's a good idea. But can Rusev still go? When was the last time I remember Rusev? Is I think he did something on the pre-show at All In London 2023.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember seeing him since.
Wow.
Not that
That's
I
crazy.
watched Rampage every week afterwards, but yeah, crazy stuff.
I was going to say, like, I think they're even forgetting about the men's tag titles as well. Because you got
Is
on
that the
SmackDown,
Vikings?
you got the Vikings or the War Raiders or whatever they're called,
Yeah.
and New Day going at it right now. So I don't know whether
That'll
that's
end
going to
up
be
on the show.
Yeah, and then on the SmackDown side, you've got Street Profits as the champs.
Yeah.
We'll see everyone else is
Do
being.
you know what? This is the problem. Like Street
Yeah.
Profits, they've suddenly had to boost their champions again.
Yeah.
Like I've said this the last few weeks, I've got zero faith in DIY. I've got zero faith in Corbin. Not Corbin. What's his name?
Well,
Sabin and
yeah.
Shelley. Right. And then on the other side,
Yeah.
I think everything they did with the New Day over the last few months heel turn, they should be on WrestleMania.
Definitely.
I am not at all invested in the Viking experience.
Not at all.
So,
Yeah.
somehow, if you have Street Profits and the New Day, you can cut out the rest. You can put the Viking experience on the pre-show, and then they can wrestle Sabin or whatever. Oh wow, guys, this is literally a Royal Rumble. We're
Here you
getting
go.
more and more by the minute.
Hi. Sorry I'm late. I had to finish watching the Dark Side of Power Rangers documentary.
The Dark Side of who?
Power Rangers.
Dark Side
Oh.
of Power Rangers.
Wow,
Wait, is that
okay.
from the same people that do Dark Side of the Ring?
I believe so.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Do you know what? I haven't watched Dark Side of the Ring in like 2 years. Who I don't know who they featured recently, but if they're scraping
Vince.
the bottom of the barrel, Vince, I'm sure. But yeah, now they're doing the Power Rangers. They've run out of stories, guys. But yeah, we were just going over. Okay, so Dev, like I
Yes.
think one of the bigger things that we've spoken about, Kevin Owens is out.
Yep.
Who does Randy Orton wrestle? Gav came up with a great suggestion that it could be Rusev Day. Gav also came up with a less good suggestion of it being Aleister Black. I think Nick Aldis is just going to announce that there's going to be someone. Okay, how about this? Nick Aldis says that you're going to have an opponent that you're not ready for, and so I'm going to select someone. And then imagine he comes out on stage, and he says, the person I've selected is me. And then that would be a nice way of putting a little bit of a spin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could even be Magnus or the total surprise, former NWA champion Adam Pearce.
Do you know what, like, obviously for like a couple of years they've teased Adam Pearce versus Nick Aldis. Other than the fact that they're both general managers and NWA champions, I'm not interested in that match. I just think I think they'll put on a good match if they were in Ring of Honor, but I'm not particularly gearing up to see that.
I'm not really bothered about it either.
Saying that, how many people were interested in Daniel Bryan versus Nigel McGuinness?
Well, I wasn't. Like, I appreciate Nigel McGuinness having that comeback, but they were hyping that up for a year. Then it kind of didn't happen until McGuinness like came back in like a gauntlet or whatever he did.
Yeah.
Just like gauntlet for the gold, whatever they called it.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do they call it? Casino Battle Royale. And then, they got there eventually. But...
It's like, I love how AEW is the company for regenerating necks.
For doing what?
Regenerating necks.
Necks?
Yeah, because
necks. Literally.
Edge had a neck injury.
Oh, necks.
Daniel Bryan had a neck injury.
Daniel Bryan. Who else?
Paige.
Was hers a neck injury?
Yeah.
Okay. Edge. When
Nigel
Edge had already
McGuinness.
done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nigel. Yeah.
Oh, well, then we know that Kevin Owens is going to be in AEW.
In AEW, yeah.
Yeah. So Kevin Steen returns at some point.
Yeah.
Gav.
Because even...
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say... no, go on then.
Yeah, even Sting had like an injury as well. And he recovered in AEW.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So Gav, we were saying earlier, did you see any of the highlights from Dynasty?
I've seen some, not all of them.
Okay.
The main bits. Really.
Okay, I'm going to assume Assadie, you may be dealing with a toddler at the moment, but I'm just going to assume he didn't see it. Dev, did you see AEW?
I saw AEW Dynasty live.
You saw it live?
So,
you were there? What are you telling me?
No, I
were.
watched it live basically.
Yeah. Okay. So what was any thoughts on this here? Let's discuss it a bit.
Okay. I came back to AEW for the last two pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And both of them had the same trend of great show, bad main event.
Oh.
At what point do we just say that it's John Moxley? This Death Riders, the Free Traders angle doesn't work for me. Get rid of it.
It does, but like they did it wrong. Like they're trying to be Nexus and NWO, and it's not working.
No, it's not working.
Because I don't know if you guys saw the end of the pay-per-view, where Tweedledee and Tweedledum, who ran off because of the Death Riders, have now joined them.
Yeah. So Matt and Nicholas and Matthew Jackson are back.
Yeah.
And it makes absolutely no sense. Like the
highlight of the main event.
Yeah, go on.
Was Swerve's costume.
His costume.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this up the photo. I didn't even pay any attention to it.
He dressed up as Static Shock from the cartoon.
Oh right. Okay.
Static Shock from the cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
The DC cartoon. It's a Black Lightning sidekick in the comics.
AEW Swerve. And what's the cartoon called?
Static Shock.
Static Shock. Was this the pay-per-view?
Yes.
Do you know what? I need to be really careful even if I bring up the Shield here, just because I got a copyright strike last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was not a strike, just like WWE. And do you remember like we had that clip of that guy that I think Dave mentioned that like turned up, was like, I'm gonna get the Undertaker or something, and he was some British
That's
guy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that clip. So
Really?
I thought. So
Wow.
I don't get it. Was it his entrance gear or something?
Yeah,
Wait,
his
is this
entrance
from the
gear.
pay-per-view? This isn't the pay-per-view.
Yes.
No, wait, they weren't.
That's blood and guts.
Yeah. I was gonna say that can't be it. It wasn't a double cage, so I'm on the wrong one. So that let's have a look.
Yeah.
So wait, AEW is allowed to do the double cage thing as in war games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one could stop you having two cages.
Yeah.
But they call it blood and guts. And where did they get that term? Does anyone remember this? Like someone did, was it like Triple H or someone did like an interview? It's like, oh, we don't do like AEW with blood and guts, and then they called their match it. That was quite fun. But no, I can't find this.
I found.
I'll send it to you on Facebook.
Oh, hang on, here it is. So here's
You got it?
here's his entrance. So, but again, I can't play it because.
I'll show you a still.
I'll send you. I'll
Okay,
send you a
no, I've
picture
got it,
on
I've got
the.
it. So, is it just his entrance gear?
Yes.
And what's the character called?
Static Shock.
Static Shock. I've just put it in the group chat.
Okay, well.
Oh, there we go.
No, it's a good. It's a good costume. We were saying earlier, Dev, what's your take on the interpromotional war between Swerve and Booker T? Whose side are you on?
Booker T.
Why?
I don't know. It feels weird. Like it feels weird, where, like this, every social media thing feels pointless to me because
hang
no
on
one
second.
benefits from
I've just
this.
found the comparison. So, well, let's move that. So there you go. That's the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, decent. Go on.
No one benefits from this. Like every other social media thing, they benefit from, but like, who benefits from taking pot shots on each other on social media?
Exactly.
Well, exactly. It's not leading to a match anywhere ever.
Yeah.
So,
like at least when Kenny Omega and Xavier Woods did it, it led to a gaming tournament.
That's a really minor like win, isn't it? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry. Breaking news from 1 hour ago. I'd missed this. They have announced for the Hall of Fame, Dory Funk Sr., Kamala, and Ivan Koloff are going into the Legacy inductees.
I'm a bit there.
Kamala
about
deserves
that.
a proper induction. Like,
Yeah.
Kamala is within
Yeah,
living
he's
memory.
like yeah.
Like, obviously, Terry Funk has passed away. Dory Funk Jr., like, if they had Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk there to induct their dad, I'm sure they would do that.
Yeah.
So I get Dory Funk Sr., who remembers. Ivan Koloff, I think that's a little bit out of a lot of people's memory.
No,
but
Kamala
should have his own induction.
And like the thing is, his family just signed a legacy deal as well. So
I'll root for Kamala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A legend contract.
Okay, well that's good. But the only thing that bothers me with stuff like this is because when you hear about like Kamala's last few years of his life, like he lost his legs, it was really sad, and it's the same.
Yeah.
They should have induct these people whilst they're still there. Like they didn't induct Vader.
Vader, yeah, that was the biggest.
Have they inducted King Kong Bundy?
I think so. I think they have.
Is he one of the early ones?
Yes.
Like,
The answer is yes.
Okay. But it feels like there's a bunch of wrestlers that have passed away who they could have inducted, who they
Sid.
leave it until. Yeah, Sid. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And why isn't Sid going in this year?
I have no idea.
Ah.
I think the main reason for them not going off in for a long time was that Vince just hated them.
Maybe. Yeah, it could well be.
Like, remember, he has irrational hate of Christian for some reason.
Oh yeah, true.
Well,
Do you know who's?
He hates
Christian. Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he wanted that blue dot on his face.
And he was telling announcers, turn out when he's announcing him, she's like, it's Christian, instead of any emotion whatsoever. Like, you
Yeah,
say, show no emotion.
way to promote your stars. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say one person that should be. I think there's a case where.
By Assad.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Right, go on.
Miss Elizabeth, but I think her family against it.
Hmm.
And she should be in there as well. But
Do you know, it's like, because the story of, like, imagine
Lex
this
is
year with
going in.
Lex Luger.
yeah, Lex is going in this year.
Yeah,
So
but I don't think you could put her in the same year
Not
simply
together.
because of that.
yeah,
You know.
I don't get the reference.
So Miss Elizabeth was with Lex Luger at the time of her death. So they were doing drugs together, and she passed away. Like, I remember at the time that it might have just been on the internet, but there was somewhere where they literally played like the 911 phone call,
yeah,
saying about you know, she's not breathing and stuff like this.
yeah.
But yeah, so super sad when that happened.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's crazy that she's not found a way into the Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the family that's blocking it or not. But
I'll tell you who I want to see in the WWE Hall of Fame. Someone who's really earned it for all of their years
Fred
of
Durst.
dedication.
Point the crown.
Was that the guy that did Undertaker's theme?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who ended up in the video game because otherwise he wouldn't let them use
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
Yes.
I love that story. Right, so yeah, he does for the same reason. But no, today I'm advocating for El Grande Americano. So he should absolutely be into the Hall of Fame as well.
Okay, so I saw a Facebook post a few years ago where he was intertwined into the history of Lucha Libre and American wrestling.
Yeah.
They've edited him
Yeah,
into
great.
history.
Yeah.
And, so I want to quickly go back to Dynasty because that was a great show.
Oh yeah,
But
that's right. I
again,
forgot
I have a
that.
major problem is that why would you have the beginnings of a tournament on a pay-per-view?
Why would you have
End
sorry?
it.
I mean, yeah, it's a good point. Like,
They had the beginnings of the Owen Hart tournament at the pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I don't get it.
something with AEW is that they have the Owen. Then what's that other thing they do in the year where it's like the Gold League and the Blue League? And,
Continental Cup?
yeah, so it's just like, and I'm sure they do other like qualifiers. It just feels like every week there is some sort of like qualifying match or this to get into the gauntlet and stuff like this. But no, I think that's a really good point. Having the opening rounds of a tournament on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
When would the final be? That's at Double or Nothing, right?
I'm not sure. When's the next? Where? Probably like the 2 pay-per-views later.
So, really, they can't spin that out for like that long. Oh, hang on a second. We've got a special guest joining us. I really hope this is Assad.
Hey, now.
Vince,
Nice.
are you gonna?
You're on mute.
Shit. Now I'm worried that this is just literally a randomer.
This might actually be Vince.
That's what I mean, a rand.
Oh.
Okay, well let's continue until.
So let's talk about how great AEW is.
Yeah. Okay, no, but having a quick look at the pay-per-view, let's bring up the results. Is this from this year?
Yeah.
What was the point of that?
It's Tom.
What was the point of that? Assad.
He got AEW and left.
Yeah, right. What is the point? Okay, so Ospreay, Kevin Knight, that was meant to be a good match, right?
Yes.
Was that where it ended with the Cobra Kai bit?
I'm not sure.
Do you remember like the...
No. It was the Kenny Omega match that ended with the...
Oh, the Kenny Omega. Yeah, I remember in something where there was just like some ridiculous thing. So Bowens defeated Max Cast. That was on a pre-show.
No, that was great though. That was great.
Why is
Okay,
it on the
so for a
pre-show?
while,
Okay.
I have no idea what was on the pre-show, but it was amazing.
Right, just one second.
Because
Look, how long are we going to indulge this for?
so let's talk about how WWE keeps beating AEW in the ranking in the ratings.
They don't beat AEW in the ratings. There's some horse shit where people are saying that they get 500,000 on Max. It's like, who has Max? Like, we're in the UK and it's not even a thing.
I had the Max for Animaniacs, but that was it.
Wait, you can get HBO.
I can get Max.
How can you get HBO?
I can't. Yeah, VPN.
VPN. Oh, okay. Yeah, there is no way that it's getting more viewership than Raw.
Yeah.
Zero.
True. Plus Netflix.
Plus Netflix. Yeah, exactly. Netflix. Everyone's got it around the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Max Caster situation was actually amazing because the gimmick. You know what Max Caster's been doing for a while, right?
Yeah, losing.
He's doing open challenges.
Yeah.
By losing them, right? And then he trademarked being the greatest wrestler in the world, or something. No, it's an actual document. It is literally not notarized. I checked the registration. It is registered.
Wow.
I'm convinced that's now Damien Sandow.
Yeah, I hope
coming
so.
in with different gimmicks every day.
Yeah.
So,
OMG
the gimmick
Dixie, sir. Right.
So he did this whole he got it over as well. It was like, I am the greatest wrestler in the world. He got a chant over by keep repeating, I am the greatest wrestler in the world, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then finally he got everyone's like, who's gonna answer the challenge? Who's gonna answer the challenge? And then finally it was a rubber match of Bowens, who was injured for ages, making his return and beating him with one punch.
Right. Well, anyway, doesn't quite do it for me because I don't think that gets either of them over.
No. It definitely does because, again, I don't know how he got the whole "I'm the greatest wrestler in the world" thing over, but he did. The crowd was chanting like crazy, and when Anthony Bowens returned, they were chanting for him like crazy, and when he hit a punch and pinned him, the roof exploded off the place.
Okay, I would take. But you know what? If that's a pre-show, I can definitely check that out. Adam Cole finally won a singles title.
About time.
Yeah. That happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what Adam Cole does. I think he stays there until his contract ends, and then he goes back to WWE.
Yeah.
Well, I'm shocked he's
He
not back
was staying there for DMD anyway, and now he has no reason.
Yeah. Well, exactly. He was there for because so Britt Baker's she's out of AEW now, right?
Is she out now?
Is she? I thought I
saw a headline that her contract was released or whatever.
No,
I'll look that up.
I thought they broke up.
No, I don't think that she was released from her relationship contract. I mean, I think she was
I think she removed everything AEW related on her bio online.
Yeah,
but I think she's still with the company.
After the match, when was this? November 13th. She defeated Penelope Ford. She was confronted by Serena D. Blah blah blah. As of April 2025, she hasn't been there since November. This is the problem with AEW. People disappear for an eternity. Like Bandido defeated Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World title.
But again, because it's Chris Jericho, it was a fuck finish.
Of course it was. Jericho's been saying something in the on Twitter and that in the last week about potentially, he'd be open to going back to WWE.
I heard this, yeah.
If he's going to, he should. But I can just hear Dave Green's head exploding somewhere when I say that. Right? But, I know he's controversial for whatever reasons he is. But whether or not I don't know what his status is. I know he got cancelled because some allegation, but then nothing happened about it, which
he'll go back in 2026 to celebrate 25 years since he became the undisputed champion.
Yeah, well, but time will tell. WWE, they might just look at some of these videos of him singing in Fozzy dressed as a unicorn or whatever it was, or a glam rock, whatever. But anyway,
Thing
let's-
is, well, then again, I can't even say that because Triple H and Punk had their problems, but I know Jericho and Triple H had problems as well. So
did they really have problems though?
apparently so.
Ah.
Obviously, I
Yeah,
think
well-
that's all been patched up, but
Yeah, because that was when Triple H was immature.
mm,
Yeah, like Triple H, like the biggest thing like people should give him credit for is that he doesn't allow bridges to be really burned.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, do you know what? I didn't really like Triple H, the wrestler, being hands-on.
Yeah.
But I like this version of Triple H,
Yeah.
the businessman. So,
Well, yeah, like the shows have been better since WWE was liberated from Vince, and truthfully, I didn't when Triple H got injured, like he blew his quad or whatever, and then he came back against Jericho.
yeah,
Like, I was like, ugh, you know, that run sucked until he wrestled Shawn Michaels.
see, the thing is, I was so. Again, I'm not a Triple H fan, but I was always into bodybuilding and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When I saw what he done while he was injured, I was just like, wow.
Did
And
you
that was
have a
the
copy of
first
his
time.
book, Making
Yeah,
the
I
Game?
did.
I've got that.
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah. I
Also,
had to get it.
fun fact for people that may not know, I am disabled and stuff, right? So I was in a wheelchair because of my disability. But when I saw the Triple H promo of the return from injury, I trained and got out of the wheelchair.
Oh,
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, that's
Now
great.
he's walking for him to go places. But he inspired me to do that.
What,
That's
Triple
really
H?
good.
Yeah, seeing that recurrent injury return promo
Yeah,
No,
inspired
that's
me
great.
to
That's a great
like,
story, though.
yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, you know, but I'll tell you what. The problem with Triple H then became where it was obvious that he was married to Stephanie, and they just
Yeah.
kept making him world champion. And then
Yeah.
weirdly, at a certain point, it all just stopped because it was like, oh, he's going to beat Flair. And then how many
Yeah.
time world champion is he? Like 13 or 14?
14, I think.
Yeah, it just suddenly
Yeah.
stopped.
Do you know why it stopped?
Tell me,
Vince's new pet project,
Vince.
That's
John
right.
Cena. Vince's new pet project, John Cena.
Yeah, but
There was
like,
that, yeah.
but there were
but-
2 world titles.
Like, he was literally told, "You're going to put Cena over now. Like, none of this Reign and Terror bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
Cena's the new guy."
Yeah, true.
Right, guys. So we'll just because I've got a slam jam, we've got a live. I've got a live Extreme Improv tomorrow. That's why cramming all the shows into tonight. So we have to begin to wrap things up here. But let me just check to see if is there anything major that we have missed covering. Anyone?
Universal coming to the UK. I mean,
What, Universal Studios?
yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
that's going to be good.
Yeah,
but-
Bedford as well. That's not a million miles from me. So
Yeah, I still go camping there.
really. Oh, Assad, did
Yeah.
you have something to add there?
Yeah, y'all were really excited about things coming to UK, but WWE is also coming to India. So I'm really
Oh,
excited
yeah,
about
that.
that.
Are you actually gonna see it then?
It really depends on the card. It also depends on a lot of factors. Plus, if it's happening in my city, then probably yes. If it's not happening in my city, then most definitely no.
Hopefully it will there. But I don't know,
What?
like the card when WWE goes abroad, like it might be a bit different in the last year, but it will just be, you know, you get like you're gonna have Jimmy Uso in the semi-main event, you know, and it's just gonna be stuff like this.
If that's happening, then if they're coming to my city, then it's a definite no.
Yeah, like you're gonna
Yeah.
have Jimmy Uso versus Carlito in a challenge match or something like this.
No, Carlito's dead. Did you not see?
Oh, yeah.
He
God,
died
that was
like
an
yesterday.
That
awesome
was sick.
spear.
That was brilliant.
Okay, so
That
who
was-
was that guy in the Royal Rumble, like the non-wrestler
Speed.
that he
I
beat?
show speed, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so it's between those two for the most devastating looking spear.
It was brilliant. That was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is post about him posting about his funeral.
Who, Carlito?
Yeah.
saw something,
Yeah.
but like I
Right.
knew it wasn't serious, so I didn't even click on
Yeah.
it.
He's like,
I feel like, have we done a comparison between who gives the best spear?
No, who would you say it is, Assad?
Lita.
I think it has to be Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso gives the best spear.
Sure.
Okay.
Good for you.
I'll have
Right.
to check that then.
Yeah.
That's an opinion.
Yeah.
No, the best spear, well, is possibly Bron Breakker, right?
I think so.
You know,
Yeah, right now it's Bron Breakker.
classically it could be Goldberg.
Okay, okay, well,
Edge
let's name
giving
the
one
top five.
off the
Okay, let's
ladder,
name.
like off the top
Yeah.
of the
Let's
ladder. is
name the
pretty
top
good.
five.
So I missed that.
Let's name the top five each. Let's name the top five each.
Go
Top five.
on then. We'll
We
have
have
to
time.
do this and then wrap up. Right. Okay.
Okay. So I'll go with first. I'll go. Number 5 would be Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Number 4 would be Edge.
Yeah.
Number 3 would be Rhino. Number 2 would be Goldberg. And number 1 would be Braun Breaker.
Yeah, that's a good list. Anyone like I don't know if I would go with the same order, but they're all. I probably wouldn't have Edge in there at all. Like when Edge started doing the spear, I was like, "Who's this cruiserweight?" Whereas like Goldberg does a spear, that's a spear, right? I don't know if I'd pick Edge, except for the one off the ladder into Jeff Hardy, stuff like that.
That was
Obviously.
good. Yeah.
But go on, Dev.
I don't have a list, but I have a fun fact for you. Rhino has said in interviews, if it wins the match, it's a goal. If it doesn't, it's a spear.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
We forgot
Also,
something.
so Edge had more great spears, not just the ladder one with Jeff Hardy. It was
had more
also the
spears.
one through the burning table.
Burning
Mick Foley.
table, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we have forgotten. Tiffany and Charlotte. What the hell is going on?
Okay.
That was awesome.
So I know more about this than most people. So,
Wait, are you in Charlotte's DMs as well?
I was going to say he's in there.
Dev.
I think the best meme that was going around all week was that Kaiser is the first man to ever be accused of cheating and no one believed it.
Yeah.
Did you see Kaiser's response on Twitter to that? Man?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh dear.
Like,
It's funny.
yeah, Kaiser just posted that video clip of Shawn Michaels saying, "You wish."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what my favourite bit about it? I forget exactly what Tiffy Time said, but she was like, "But you're 3-0 or like 0-3 in marriages." Then she just goes, "Woo!" and she drops the mic and she literally rolled out to run away.
Yeah.
She knew she crossed the massive line.
Big time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Apparently Charlotte went off script already. So
I can explain that part. Okay, so
She's been going
she
off
wasn't
script
supposed to
forever.
say. Charlotte wasn't supposed to say something, and the entire time, Charlotte's been not allowing Tiffy to go over. Like literally, everything she does is to bury Tiffy. So Tiffy finally shot back, and she had to like book it away, because then she gets like legit attacked.
yeah.
And
But the entire
Andrade was
segment-
just sitting there like. Apparently, Andrade was backstage laughing his ass off.
The entire segment was awkward, and the whole thing made no sense to me at all. Like, why were they saying those things? Like, even the big two things, that they said, the 0 and 3 and the DM thing, it made no sense in the entire segment. It was just randomly thrown out there.
Because Charlotte was trying to like bitch on Tiffy, and Tiffy wanted to fight back.
Yeah.
Charlotte went a bit personal with her, didn't she? She was
Yeah.
there mocking her with her voice and all that kind of stuff. And, yeah, and then obviously everything that's happened from previous weeks where Charlotte dominated the conversation, Tiffy had to fight back really this week. So
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
see, but here's the thing. But there is definitely like a lesson in this, because they're like, wow, they went personal.
Keep Charlotte off
Everyone
the microphone.
believes that it was unscripted, and it gets more coverage than anything else on SmackDown.
yeah, yeah,
I'm telling you, guys, kayfabe is returning. We just don't realize it. This is
Exactly.
where, like we were saying at the start of the show, the Kevin Owens thing. It's like people are like, well, was it real? Was it fake? It's like you need to blur the lines, because like the first time that they blurred lines like that in years and years and years, it's many years ago now, was the Mark Henry retirement, where everyone thought it was real.
Yeah.
And then it turned out it wasn't.
Yeah.
And we then had the wow, they tricked us sort of thing. And everything they did with CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, it's like, oh wow, that's made people believe again. And then they were like, they did the AJ thing, and that, again, you do that within a show, and then you're like, oh, he's not really retiring. So then when you come up against Kevin Owens standing there, it's like, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. It's like, okay, so yeah, you got a neck injury. It's like, we expect it to be a work now.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on, Dev, but then after this, guys, we're going to have to wrap things up, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, Punk got proven right, because when they did the car segment with Drew McIntyre, that's smashed on the car, the glass got into his eye.
Well, if that was real.
It was real glass.
I think it's going to turn out, like, within the next 5 years, we're going to learn that CM Punk and Jungle Boy were in on it just to help. The fact that they get into a fight right on top of Tony Khan just before the show started, he did that just to help Punk leave.
That was a fake head.
On the contrary, I feel that CM Punk is a plant by AEW in WWE.
I think,
if we're going to find out, Assad, it'll be at the main event of WrestleMania.
There you go.
Yeah. I feel it was the opposite, where CM Punk was Paul's plant in AEW.
I mean, nah, that wouldn't really work so well. Like it could have been, because for all the shit that happened. Like, AEW genuinely have never recovered the loss of CM Punk. They have never recovered.
No.
It's crazy. I mean, for me, I think a lot of people looked at AEW as, this is the way that CM Punk is going to end up back. And then when he's suddenly back in WWE, they're like, oh, hang on. We just wanted CM Punk, but he's back in WWE by Tony Khan.
It was the way they done it as well, because, again, they put me off from watching it. It was the Tony Khan, and especially Young Bucks. As soon as that went, I was just like, why am I paying these guys?
Gav, I'm not going to lie, we did that amazingly in sync. I was quite pleased with
that.
There
you go.
Some tag team magic there. Oh no! Assad, I've just realised the third letter of your name isn't a V.
No.
Oh. He's not off fifth.
Do you know what?
Go on.
Oh no, okay. I was just about to say we've all got S, but we haven't.
Who's got an S? None of us have an S.
Well, I haven't even put my surname up, but yeah, don't worry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got an S in my second name here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Anyway. Oh God. Hang on. Capital Favors here. What the hell is going on?
Hey!
It's because I haven't sent the link to Geek Battle.
I'm specifically here to request the link for Geek Battle and say hi to Gav.
How you doing?
Right. Okay. So we will take that note. We will wrap up Slam Jam. And then
it's an invasion.
It's been good.
I love how Cap is the 31st entrant here.
Yeah. Okay, Capital Fave, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Geek Battle, I guess, or spamming Slam Jam.
Awesome. OMG Assad, sir, where can the people find you?
Find me on Instagram at Assad Khan Comedy.
Fantastic. We won't ask where we can find Dixie Carter and Vince and everyone else. But
you can find them hibernating in obscurity.
Okay. Gav, where can the people find you?
I'll be here next time, and obviously on X as well.
Dev, where can the people find you?
They can find me on the Fox News Network and CNBC and everything, discussing finance.
Fantastic, thank God. Right, okay, and they can find me on Slam Jam on everything on the channel. But with that, until next time, keep slam jamming, you Slam Jam bronies, and boom, we are out of here.